So one of the favourite arguments for communism/socialism is that communism has never actually been brought through, which is ironic because every time someone tries to bring it through and it fails, they claim it's not real communism. You know the argument, it's an old, tired argument that the left keeps pushing. But the reason why we're bringing this up now is because Venezuela further protests as country begins running out of water. Does it seem like this might be a stable system of government where you have people now running out of water? They have no food. They've gone through, they've attacked elephants and animals and stuff at zoos because they want food. So they've literally had to hunt their own animals. And now they're running out of water. But yay for communism! Let's jump into it. Local residents in Venezuela staged further protests on Monday as the failed socialist country, which is fast approaching communism, now appears to be running out of clean water. Multiple groups of demonstrators blocked highways and the capital of Caracas, I might be mispronouncing, to protest the lack of clean water supplies. But don't worry, the Prime Minister of Venezuela will have his clean water. On the Avenida Ballot in central Caracas, I might be mispronouncing those names, protesters complained that they had not received water for 2 days and as a result were forced to use stagnant water, exposing them to infectious diseases. Holy goddamn. At 7:05 a.m, we are standing in Santa Teresa area of Caracas, I might be mispronouncing, protesting for water. Caracas wants water, hashtag, wrote local councillor Jesus Amas on Twitter. The residents of Santa Teresa are raising their voices and exercising their right. The only way they pressure Hydro Capita to do their job is to active as citizens. Elsewhere in Caracas, locals blocked highways outside of the Caracas shopping mall in the Barrapa neighborhood to protest the lack of water, as well as recently elevated prices of public transport. A recent report by the Venezuela National Federation of Communal Councils and Communes found that 90% of a ground transportation in the country is broken or out of service. This is one of the best arguments for socialism systems, I tell you. Protest over the lack of transport and its increased fare in front of Caracas, wrote Barraca Council Hector Hogels, I might be mispronouncing. Neighbours of Santa Cruz de el Ethe and Terence of the Esquian Club came together. Another protest also took place on the Alcamar Calvaire, I might be mispronouncing these names, I'm sorry, highway in Miranda State, where the residents claimed they had not received potable water in days. Locals have been protesting since 3 a.m. due to the lack of water on the Corral Overcare highway and are now requesting the presence of the media, wrote onlookers Riley Tomoko on Twitter. The last majority water shortage in Venezuela was in February 2016 when authorities announced a weekend maintenance session designed to maintain significant water levels during the period of drought. An estimated 3 million in Caracas consequently went without water, where the average temperature at the time of the year is 68 degrees Fahrenheit. The clean lack of water is the latest in the string massive shortages experienced in Venezuela under the rule of socialist dictator Nicolas Maduro. Access to basic resources from food to medicine is now extremely limited, mainly as a result of hyperinflation that has rendered its Bolivar country practically worthless. Based on real-world exchange rates, the country's minimum wage roughly equates to $1 per month. The country is now widespread regarded to be in the worst ever economic and humanitarian crisis, with hundreds of thousands of people now fleeing the neighboring countries such as Brazil and Colombia. And hopefully they'll vote against socialism in the future. Okay, so look, what's my view on all this? I'm not surprised. I'm really not. When we turn around, we say that socialism leads to communism. This country isn't a communist yet. They're on their way to becoming it, and systems are already failing. They're not full communist yet, but they are definitely heading down that path. Now, I do want to make the distinction. There is a difference between a socialized system and socialized programs. For example, in Australia and most of Europe, you have socialized Medicare, stuff like that. Now, at the end of the day, that is a socialized program, not a government or a system. So that is a big difference. So I do want to point that out. Look, at the end of the day, I'm not surprised what's happening with Venezuela. I don't think anything is going to get better as long as that the socialist dictator, Nicolas Maduro is actually in charge until he's taken out and executed, I suppose. I don't know what you do to traitors in Venezuela. But yeah, at the end of the day, as long as he's in power, things are not going to get better. He's a socialist, and he doesn't care, because at the end of the day, he is still getting his wonderful meals every day. He is still getting his fresh water every day. It's the common people that are suffering. And this is generally what happens on social program, or social systems, leading towards communism. It's not the rich that are affected. It's the average person that is affected. And this is why I hate socialism. This is why I hate communism. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. What do you think is the option for Venezuela? Do you see a way out of this? Or do you see that this is just going to keep getting worse and worse until they remove him? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great day and enjoy.